pay-per-view weekend. It is Chair Shot Reality on WrestleZone.com. Make sure you go to WrestleZone.com. That's where you'll find the videos first. And of course, you can also go to the YouTube channels. You can also go to the WrestleZone Facebook. You can find smaller clips. The Rev Rennell Hunt, Justin LaBar here with you. Juice is out this week.
So on vacay, man.
He just can't get extreme.
He can't handle it, man. He can't handle it. Too soft.
He's too soft. He doesn't ever. I mean, this is all about WrestleRumble.com picks, where you win up to $500 for predicting who's going to win, and you answer other questions, who's going to take a pinfall in this match, yada, yada, yada. Fun stuff, WrestleRumble.com. Forget Juice's picks.
We weren't talking about the Young Bucks, so he was going to take a sabbatical.
It's down to Rev, me, and we'll go to Eisenberg here in just a little bit. Let's start off hot. Let's start off a tag team match. Steel cage tag team match. The Hardys defending the tag titles up against Sheamus and Cesaro.
I think this is going right into the Hardys' court. The fact is, man, they're Team Extreme. These are guys that dominate not only in normal matches, but they can take it to the next level. It takes a lot for someone to be able to be versatile, but the Hardys have been in this for decades. Decades. They're well adjusted to this. I feel like it's in their court.
I know some people were a little disappointed that it's a cage match and not a ladder, because obviously they're well known for a ladder. But you have to keep in mind, you got SmackDown's Money in the Bank coming up in just a few weeks. That's centered around ladder matches. So do a steel cage. I don't see any way you can even think of the Hardys really dropping the titles right now. I know people.
It's too hot. It's too hot.
People were wondering, when are we going to split them? When are they going to be singles? But look, you have all the time in the world later to let them be single stars. Right now, you want to get the full loop. They've only been back in WWE for about 2 months. There's a lot of other talents they have not made yet to go in and get that nostalgia pop. So let them go around and get at least for another couple of months.
And I still think you have to let the imagination run wild. We understand that there might be a couple technical things that are going on with what they've been doing in the previous industries. But the fact is, as long as they're together, you can still tease the fact that you never know when that Broken or that Brother Nero might come out. As long as you keep them together, they're hot as it is right now. People really aren't minding that they are Broken Matt and Brother Nero, but at the same time, it's still that fantasy that people have been waiting for. So keep them together right now. They're hot. I don't see anything negative happening. I do not see them splitting apart, and I do not see them losing this cage match.
I do like I do like Sheamus and Cesaro's kind of European thug gangster look. They have the jackets and everything. I think it's a nice touch.
Yeah, European Usos.
The European Usos, right. Another tag match. This one a mixed tag match. We got Rich Swann and the boss Sasha Banks. I like seeing Sasha dance the other way. Yeah, we got them up against Noam Dar and my girl Alicia Fox. So, I mean, I like the participants in this. I don't know how invested I really am in this. Is this a kickoff match? I don't even know if it's on the actual show, but nonetheless, we'll talk about it. Do you go baby faces here?
It's there. You got to talk about it, but you want to know who I'm going for? I'm going for my man. I'm going for my man.
What are you doing?
That's the Ron Swan.
That's the Ron Swan. I thought something got in your David Allen suit there.
Yeah, you know what? Not in the proper knot yet.
Ants in the pants.
A little bit of.
We just said ants in the pants. After 365 episodes, we said ants in the pants.
You know what? All right, send the hate mail to him this time. Forget about Juice last week. Send the hate mail to LaBar. I'm going for Rich Swann, man. We got to.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll go Swan and Sasha. Again, I'm not really sure what to make out of this. I'll be honest. Again, I like the participants. I don't know how captain. They better start quick and get me hooked off the bat. All right, sticking also with some other cruiserweight matches, or cruiserweight participants, I should say, is we have a submission match between Neville and Austin Aries.
When we look at the whole storyline is even just the psychology of it. I feel like Austin Aries, he's going in very strong. He's going in very confident. The fact is, he made it known, listen, I can make this guy tap. And that's exactly what you need. All you need is a little bit of confidence on your side to know that if you did something before, you can do it again. And to the fans' eyes, that's exactly how it looks. If you could do something before, why can't you do it again? I think Austin Aries has it, to be honest.
I'm a Neville fan. I think Neville was one.
Don't tell me you're going with Neville.
I think Neville's one of the two most interesting cruiserweights they have, him and gentleman Jack Gallagher.
Oh, he's phenomenal.
But if Austin Aries does not win this one with a submission match gimmick, if Austin Aries does not win this one against Neville, then Austin Aries doesn't win it. Then Neville's going to keep going. I'm going to go Austin Aries. They've been going at it now for a little bit. Now we're into the gimmick of a submission match. I'm going to go Austin Aries because that's what logic would say. So if I'm thinking logical and okay, I don't think there's going to be a swerve here, so Wrestle Rumble, make my points. But if it doesn't happen here, Austin Aries fans, I don't know if it's going to happen at all.
Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put it in the book. The bar is just agreeing because the Rev just said Austin Aries is going to win. So let's put it in the books. Make sure we replay this. He's agreeing because that's what the Rev wrote down in the Book of Revelation. So I'm just saying.
Well, the Book of Revelations isn't quite as powerful as the Book of Reality. But anyways, nonetheless, all right. This one's going to get me a little bit. We got a kendo stick on a pole, and we're gonna have Bayley fighting Alexa Bliss.
We got Sandman, special guest referee.
Now we're talking juice right here. Look, I like Bayley. I don't like how Bayley's been booked, but I like Bayley as what she naturally is. I like Alexa. Alexa Bliss is very good. I said it right off the top. You can go back and subscribe and download my Wrestling Reality audio podcast. Mark Madden also finished the show off. Very entertaining stuff. Off the top, I said it right there. The Alexa Bliss segment of Bayley, This Is Your Life, was one of the worst WWE segments I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot. It was terrible. Actually, I think I said it was
terrible.
It was effing atrocious. That being said, I will try not to let that damper my viewing of this match, but these girls need to give me. These girls need to completely wipe out that terrible go home segment. They were given a script. They were given a script. They went out and had to make the best of it. You know how that is.
Oh man, that's terrible. No.
I'm going to Alexa Bliss though. I don't. Bayley's handling. Alexa, you can't take it off Alexa Bliss.
At the same time, right now, I feel like Alexa Bliss really doesn't have anything to lose. Now, here's the thing: what a lot of fans have been waiting for, and you got a little small taste of it when Alexa Bliss was on her rant. You need Bayley to snap. We have been waiting for Bayley to fully snap. It's similar. I feel like in a way, Bayley is kind of like the babyface female version of John Cena. They say it'll never happen. Cena will never turn heel. Cena will never snap. Bayley needs to snap. I feel like that's what people need right now. And for it to do it justice and to bring it back up and not really get killed, Bayley needs to win this. This is a match that she can snap. This is a gimmick match that's perfect for her to snap. She's going to take you home, girl, man. I love them both, but I'm looking for Bayley to snap.
Rev, that's probably the smartest thing you ever said. I agree. The time is now for her to we need to see
There's only
Bayley.
one time to do it. Now, at the same time,
Extreme Rules.
You need
grab
it.
that cat. She grabbed that cat. I mean,
swing it like a pinata.
Yeah, go at it.
Swing it like a pinata.
Go at it.
Heck, if the Young Bucks come in and jump in the ring, you get them too.
Knock with the
You get
the Young
compliments
Bucks.
of juice. I had to do it.
Stop
I had
with
to
the
do
Young
it.
Bucks. All right, we're going to take a break here in studio. We're going to toss it now down to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Josh Eisenberg. Josh, give us your picks for the entire card here at Extreme Rules.
Thank you, guys. Extreme Rules is this Sunday, and despite the low ratings from WWE Raw the past couple of weeks, I'm actually very interested in seeing who wins and who becomes #1 contender, who becomes new champions. So I'm going to get right into my 4 matches that I'm most interested in. First off, the Women's Championship match for Raw, Alexa Bliss versus Bayley, a kendo stick on a pole. I'm not sure if Vince Russo wrote this stuff. The segment was horrible on Monday, but God bless Alexa Bliss's heart for trucking through, for battling through, and from trying to make a very absolutely miserable segment into something that, well, slightly less miserable, I guess. But at the end of the day, I think Alexa Bliss wins this match. I think you do see the extreme side of Bayley come out. I think she uses the kendo stick on Alexa, but it's a kendo stick on a pole match. Once that kendo stick comes down, anybody can use it. I say Alexa Bliss retains, and I think you have to continue to develop more of Alexa Bliss's character each week. She's the best woman on the roster on Raw right now, and you have to keep her with the gold around her waist. Speaking of gold around your waist, the Hardys, Matt and Jeff, delete! You're looking at the Hardy Boys deleting Cesaro and Sheamus in a steel cage match. I think you absolutely have to do that. You have to keep the Hardy Boys winning and keep them consistent. As good as Sheamus and Cesaro is, they're both world championship material. One has been a world champion. They're not going to be hurt if they lose to the Hardy Boys. A steel cage match interests me because you're going to see some big splashes from both Hardys. You're going to see Sheamus and Cesaro's ridiculous athleticism and strength combined. But at the end of the day, Matt and Jeff should be the tag team champions heading into the summer months and heading into the healthy group of the Revival. Looking else at the championships on WWE Raw, you have Dean Ambrose, the Intercontinental Championship versus The Miz. If Dean Ambrose is disqualified, The Miz becomes champion. There's a reason why that stipulation is in place. I think The Miz becomes your new Intercontinental Champion. He does more for that title than a mediocre Dean Ambrose does for that championship. He looks more important. He feels more important. In every segment he comes out, he spits fire. So I'm going to give The Miz the championship, but look out for somebody in particular, maybe somebody drifting along in the match to interfere and cost Dean Ambrose that championship to set up a very good feud for somebody like Elias Sampson to go on the main roster. And then you have the fatal 5-way match, Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt, and Samoa Joe. Who do I want to win? I think Samoa Joe is the best option to win. I think he's the most believable guy. If you're going to one-off somebody against Brock Lesnar, give him a physical, powerful guy like Samoa Joe. He wins this match. He gets more advantages heading into the summer. He gets more storylines. He's a guy that needs something good. But I do think that they're either going to go with Roman Reigns or Finn Balor. So check out your Wrestle Rumble picks. Pick one of those two guys if you really want to win, because you can see Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar, Great Balls of Fire. But I think when you look at SummerSlam in August, Great Balls of Fire is just a placeholder. Brock Lesnar's going to come back, Brock Lesnar's going to win, and Brock Lesnar potentially has the monster among men, Braun Strowman, who I still think is going to come back sooner rather than later. Look at this card. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be eventful. It's going to be fun. But at the same time, there has to be something to carry me into Monday night, and I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I'm going to toss it back in the studio for you guys. Justin, wrap us up. Tell me what you think about those two big main events.
All right, Eisenberg, thank you very much. Of course, you can follow him again at Josh Eisenberg4 on Twitter. Extreme Rules this Sunday. I'll be down in Nashville this Sunday watching Extreme Rules, so if there's a better spot to watch it than my hotel room, please instruct me.
Please watch that rather than the NHL final, because we all know Pens are going to take it all the way. I just had to get that in there. So salute to the Penguins. But you're down in Nashville, man. You might as well stay down there because I heard you're not a Pens fan. But on to better business, Young Bucks perhaps or something else.
Per the invite on Twitter, Rusev says come on by the house. We drink. I drink too. So
just don't throw a catfish on the ice, all right?
Rusev, crush, mashka. All right, here we go. Last two matches to go. Intercontinental title. It can change hands on a DQ. Champion Dean Ambrose up against The Miz.
Ooh, well, listen, guys. We look at The Miz. Miz is the type of person that can get under people's skin. It takes a lot. If you know anything about or you've seen any of my videos, I love to get under people's skin. The fact is, can he do that? I feel like he can. Miz is the type of person, you have three different dimensions of heels. You got the ones that are completely hated. You got the ones that are somewhat hated and somewhat loved. You got the ones that you just hate because they're annoying. Miz is doing his job. I feel like he's the one that he's great in the ring, but he's hated because he is annoying, and that could potentially work in his favor and get a disqualification and keep that title.
Just because the DQ stipulation is there does not mean that it's going to be used. Obviously, they have history on why the stipulation is being put in the match, but it doesn't mean that that's going to be utilized. However, I would love to see The Miz win this, but it's not going to happen. I think The Miz is one of the best heels I've ever really seen. He does it so well. And one of the things that I love about The Miz, and I've said this many times on many platforms, he really truly lives the gimmick.
Yeah.
I think I've interviewed him more than any other WWE superstar otherwise. I think I've interviewed him 5 or 6 times. And not
you got a crush on Miz?
A bunch of them being in person. He holds the gimmick really well. He plays it. It's believable. It's an extension of Mike from Real World everything.
That's
I love The Miz. However, and I'm not crazy about Dean Ambrose lately. However, Dean Ambrose's music hits and the people are popping. Most other arenas are popping. So I see WWE keeping the title on Ambrose, and in their mind they're going to say, look, Miz is an over heel. So if we have Ambrose overcome Miz, overcome Aries,
I don't think it'll kill Miz's momentum.
It won't hurt Miz, and it's going to continue building, I guess, Ambrose. I'm not crazy into the Ambrose, just to how the character's been. That's just me. But again, if I'm making a pick for Wrestle Rumble, I'm going to say Dean Ambrose is going to hold on to this title. Which leads us to the main event, which does not have a title on the line, but it has the #1 contendership of that title. We have Samoa Joe, we have Bray Wyatt, we have Seth Rollins, we have Roman Reigns, and we have Finn Balor. The winner, of course, will be next in line to challenge the Beast, Brock Lesnar.
You can say what you want. You can say what you want. You can say that the Young Bucks are going to do a run-in. You can say something. Yes, I had to mention them again. Young Bucks, Young Bucks, Young Bucks, Young Bucks, Young Bucks, Young Bucks, Young Bucks.
We might as well educate everybody. He's racking up the Young Buck mention because Juice is going to buy shots for him.
Absolutely, absolutely. So
there's always a motive of what goes on.
There's always a motive with the rep, but I'm looking at it like this. People are going to hate me for this. I think that Roman Reigns is going to win. Ooh. The fact is, I'm going in heavy. Either Roman Reigns or Bray Wyatt. I'm looking for Roman Reigns. We need Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. I know you're going to say we need a bigger pay-per-view for this to happen. I feel like there's no better time than this. The imagination is running wild. We have 2 guys that have beat The Undertaker, 2 guys that have been hated for beating The Undertaker almost back-to-back. You need to see this. Who is the better guy? He says it's his yard. Well, can Brock Lesnar destroy that yard? That's what fans need to worry about, and I feel like it's going to happen. I love Finn Balor. I just can't go with Finn Balor.
Look, Roman versus Brock is inevitable. Obviously, it's inevitable. We hear the rumors that it's for next year's Mania. I'd like to see it sooner, but then again, if Vince makes up his mind about Mania, barring injury, he doesn't always. I don't know if he's going to change his mind. I can't not pick Finn Balor. The promo the other week with Paul Heyman coming out and talking to Finn Balor, putting Finn Balor over, to me, it just signals too much obvious that we're going to have Finn Balor. And I know it's obvious, but here's the thing. It's obvious, but most of the people are going to be happy with it. So it's an obvious outcome. It's an obvious outcome that people are going to walk away happy from this show. Samoa Joe, Bray Wyatt, they really haven't been done any favors. I mean, yes, I know Joe won this past week on Raw, but that, you're usually winning on the go-home show for matches like this. It bodes that you're not going to do well in the match. I don't see it being Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns, I don't think it's right now. I don't know how we.
So you're looking for this thing to be a
David
and Goliath match.
Here's what I'm looking for.
I'm all for biblical matches, but a David and Goliath
here's
match.
Here's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm not sold right now on paper the idea of Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar. We've mentioned this. I talk about it at length in the audio podcast. I'm sure we're going to talk about it more if Finn in fact wins. Finn Balor is probably going to win this match. So I'm not watching to see the outcome. I'm watching to see how Finn Balor wins it. How is he booked in this match? Because if Finn Balor is the guy that's going to fight Brock Lesnar next, from this point until that match, you need to make me truly believe that Finn Balor, in his smaller size compared to Brock Lesnar, is the most dangerous MFer in the world.
That takes a lot.
That's what you need to make me believe right now.
You know as well as I know, being the producer with IWC, myself being a wrestler, that takes a lot to build a person of that. I have faith in him. We all know about a lot of the smarts, know about his background before he even got to WWE. What he's capable of doing, but let's look at the psychology of this. I don't really see it happening right now. I know fans would love to see it. I know people would hate to see Roman win, but if you look at the psychology of it, you need a big man versus a big man, one that's beat Undertaker, another one that's beat Undertaker. Right now, psychology-wise, it could build to that. You need more time to build to that for it to be believable. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know if it's done this Sunday. I don't know if it's done at a different time. If it's done at all, maybe not. But as I said, I would like, if you want me to buy Finn Balor and Brock Lesnar and me to feel like, oh, this is going to be something, put Gallows and Anderson with Balor. Give me that Bullet Club. Give me the Balor Club. Give me that gang mentality of, okay, now it's numbers here against Brock Lesnar. Give the people what they want.
It'd be like the new shit.
Now all of a sudden you got me. Now I'm like, okay, I want to see Brock Lesnar standing across the ring from all three of these guys he's going to have to deal with.
That's what it needs to be. That's the only way, honestly, in my opinion.
But they're gonna want to keep Finn a babyface. So it's not like Gallows and Anderson can help Finn win, because that wouldn't be a babyface thing to do. It's almost like Finn needs to win. He needs to either, whether the heels start attacking him or something. That's the only way we can. If Gallows and Anderson can essentially turn face, that's the only way this could happen. Want to hear what you have to think? We'll, of course, be live tweeting and watching all along. You can tweet to us at CS Reality, at Renell Hunt 7, at Justin the Bar. Go to our Facebook. Go to WrestleZone's Facebook. All over the place, there's clips. Of course, we've all heard about YouTube and the wrestling and everything like that. We're still on YouTube, but we will say WrestleZone, if you go click the WZTV tab, that's where the videos are going to be uploaded and distributed first. You'll get it to YouTube later. There are smaller, quicker, 1-minute clips on Facebook, Twitter. So everywhere you want to go,
trust me, I check all comments.
You will check, yeah. He checks all comments. Yeah, so if you want to get
straight,
if you want to get under the ref skin, leave a comment, let them know. Please tell us how many Young Bucks mentions you had. I want to thank everybody here at Point Park University Center for Media Innovation. We will see you next week here on Share Shot Reality.